one. Welcome, brothers and sisters, to our New Jersey Family Church's Cheon 1 Prayer Vigil. And to start, we like to offer greetings to our Heavenly Parent and true parents. So whether it's a standing bow or seated bow, let's face our true parents' photo. 천징 참부님께 경배. 하려. And let us recite Family Pledge number 7 in Korean first and then in English. 7. 천혈국 주인. 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 본인의 혈통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 심정 문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 7. Our family, the owner of Cheon, pledges to be living for the sake of others to perfect a world based on the culture of heart, which is rooted in the original lineage by centering on true love. All right. And to open us up in prayer, I'd like to invite up Teiko-san, Mrs. Teiko Corona, if you can please unmute and offer the opening prayer.
Good morning, loving Heavenly Parents and the true parents. Thank you so much for a beautiful day. Loving Heavenly Parents, we are here, brothers and sisters, to unite through Mother and Heavenly Parents. We understand now is a very important time to understand about Mother's heart, loving Heavenly Parent. Through Mother is a prepared person to understand about God's heart as begotten daughter, loving Heavenly Parent. We study a lot of divine principle, but we couldn't understand about God's daughter's heart, loving Heavenly Parent. This is very important time to understand this morning Hundoke. We really appreciate and also Naokimi-san is really serious to explain about your heart and through Mother's heart. We really want to connect to the center person. Please be with us and guide us. I report Teiko Corona as President-centered family. Adieu.
Thank you so much, Teiko-san, for that wonderful prayer to open us up. And now, brothers and sisters, we'd like to take some few minutes to stretch and appreciates our body. So if you can, just follow my instructions. But first, let's start with breathing exercises, as we just want to breathe in through our nose and exhale with our mouths. Let's breathe in one more time through our nose. Hold. And exhale through our mouth. All right. And let's reach up to the sky and feel the stretch. You can also interlock your fingers if you wish. We'll hold this position for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we'll shift over to the right side so that we feel stretch on our left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we'll switch over to our left side to feel the stretch on our right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then let's center ourselves and then bring down to our hands in front of us so that we can pull on our fingers and curl our backs to get a nice stretch in the back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so this morning, maybe if you're wearing glasses, you can take them off because we're going to be rubbing our eyes, just doing a light massage, doing like little circles around on our eyes. Really appreciate for everything that we're able to see with our eyes. Thank you, eyes. And then now we'll move over to our ears. You could either pinch them or pull on them. Give it a nice massage and appreciate our ears for all the things that we are able to hear. And then we'll move on to our nose and we'll just kind of rub our nose. Just appreciating and thinking about all the good food that we're able to smell through our noses. And lastly, we'll just do circles around our cheeks. And so that, we feel these cheeks feel appreciated and loved. All right. And with that, brothers and sisters, I will start a 10-second countdown so that you can stretch wherever part of your body you feel is needed to be stretched. All right, here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, thank you so much, brothers and sisters, for taking this time with me to appreciate our bodies. But now we're going to be sharing any appreciation with one another in breakout rooms. So if you're prompted to join a breakout room, please click join. And if you're unable to at this time, please write down and reflect on your gratitude points. So let us go into our breakouts. And welcome back, brothers and sisters. I hope you had a wonderful time sharing your gratitude and appreciation points. And to share first, I'd like to invite up Mrs. Irene Sasao. So, Mrs. Sasao, if you can please unmute and share.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Yasutaka. Yeah, I didn't expect because there is such great people in our group. We had a couple and myself and someone else. So there were a lot of people. But anyway, I was just commenting on something that another sister said, Hiroko, that she really appreciated being able to keep connected with her spiritual son, even though she's moved away from where he lives, and how much that makes her feel very happy. And then I thought to myself, because my spiritual daughter's physical birthday was yesterday, and pretty much close to her spiritual birthday too. And I was thinking how wonderful to be able to really share with each other. And I was really guided to a book that in amongst my books the other day, that is something that I really want to share with her today. So I really feel like, we open our minds and hearts. God will guide us to things that are important and how we can educate and love and support each other. And especially our spiritual children. Anyway, thank you. That's all I had to say. Thank you, Yasutaka, and everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you, Mrs. Sao, for that sweet gesture towards your spiritual child and beautiful sharing. And to share next, I'd like to invite up the Sprague couple. So Mrs. Norco and Stephen Sprague. So if you can please unmute and share.
Okay, so anyway, I'm just grateful to know divine principle, because without divine principle, if you're living in this world, you cannot possibly understand what's happening when you just watch events occurring in front of you. You can't understand man's inhumanity towards man, and then man's great accomplishments and soaring achievements and magnificent art and medical discoveries, and then after you build up magnificent cities, throw a bomb on it just so you can start again and kill everybody. So without divine principle, I don't know what I would be thinking about if I was alive in this world. So I'm always grateful for divine principle. And my wife.
Okay. Yes. Anyway, I appreciate it. Anyway, I had a chance to had time of another education time. So it is new era of Cheon. It is I felt some kind of really new hope and time for something. It's completely different even until now. Sometimes, in a workshop asking if you have a hobby, something like that, and to really be happy to find, original more closely to God and to parents, and express and be joyful with the people around us, and that's required more to, I think, get these times much more whether through parents and especially through mother, deliver the really different way to approach to prepare for the Cheon era. So it's really hopeful and really grateful to have this time.
Thank you so much to the Sprague couple. Yeah, both common theme between you two is that you both feel hopeful. Mr. Sprague for the divine principle and understanding the world, and Mrs. Sprague for just being able to receive mother's words and broadening your understanding of who true mother is and who heavenly parents are. So thank you so much for that wonderful and beautiful sharing. And with that, brothers and sisters, we like to now receive our words from our true mother, from the Mother of Peace, and to read the words and to be able to share their brief inspirations. I like to call on Pastor Naokimi Ushirita.
All right, good morning, brothers and sisters. Happy Sunday. Let us read. Let's start. So it's a poem, so we're going to start here. Thank you, Mother. Please take care of everything. That's I guess the subsection title here. Moon, moon, bright moon, the moon with which Lee Taebaek used to play. Far away on that moon, there's a cinnamon tree. I cut it down with a jade axe and trimmed it with a gold axe to build a small cottage where I attend my mother and father. I want to live with them forever. I want to live with them forever. While laden with sadness, this traditional Korean song also stirs and uplifts the heart. The wish to live forever with one's mother and father conveys the heart of filial piety. We are orphans, far from the heavenly parent whom we have lost, and we have to find our true parents and our original homeland. Nothing leads to greater happiness than being able to attend the beloved parents for whom we long, be it in a palace or a small hut. Everything and everyone loves the sun. Only with the sun can life flourish. The moon, on the other hand, bestows something else. The sun represents splendor, the moon, tranquility. When people are far from home, they tend to think about their hometown and long for their parents while looking at the moon, not at the sun. I have fond memories of gazing at the moon together with my husband. We watched it with many members during the Korean Chuseok Harvest Festival and at the first full moon of the new year. Nonetheless, those moments were rare. My husband and I could not immerse ourselves in such tranquility. All right, so that is the reading for this morning. And yeah, some of the things that stood out for me while reading, starting with this poem. Mother says that this is a traditional Korean song, actually. Sorry, not a poem, but most songs are kind of poetry. So yeah, the point that came out from the song was this heart of really living in filial piety towards parents, where there's the sadness of having to cut down this tree, but then for the sake of really building a home where they can live together with the parents. That's kind of the heart behind the song. And yeah, I mentioned this before, but I really feel mother models or this kind of filial piety, or hyojong is a Korean term, filial heart. And I think she really lives it day to day, and she encourages all of us to also cultivate this kind of heart of filial piety towards God as our heavenly parent. But one other key point here is she says, we are orphans, far from the heavenly parent whom we have lost. So there is this kind of sadness, I guess, that we've lost our original parents. At the same time, it's hopeful because, you know, by being aware of that, we can actually restore that and actually build that relationship with God as our parent. Um, Another point here that's related, nothing leads to greater happiness than being able to attend the beloved parents for whom we long, be it in a palace or a small hut. So I think there's some deep truth in this statement that each of us, I think there is some backing here and from a psychological perspective as well, but we are all longing for building an original relationship with a parental figure. And fundamentally, I think all of humanity is looking for, each of us actually are looking for that true original relationship with God as our parent. Until we find that, there's going to be something empty in our hearts. There's something that I think is just innate in our human nature. And so really by helping every person come to understand or know their own relationship with God as a parental figure is really like the deepest fulfillment you can provide anyone else. That's why I feel starting with first cultivating that in ourselves and then introducing and helping others also develop that relationship. It's like the greatest gift that we can really provide others. We call it witnessing, but I think it's really about sharing the joy of having that relationship ourselves. And our true parents have introduced that to us. And the final point in the last paragraph that stood out was this difference between the sun and the moon. You know, sun is very bright and shining, but the moon is more kind of peaceful, tranquil, and yeah, I guess Mother has emphasized that it doesn't always have to be bright, shining, excited, bushy-tailed. It's important to have this balance of having those moments of peace, quietness, somberness, and yeah, it seems like Mother really resonates with this energy with the moon. And she ended with kind of this, yeah, that it was far and few between where she could really have that space of tranquility because Father and Mother Moon were so busy doing the work of God and sharing God's word. So yeah, those were some of the points that stood out this morning. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Pastor Naokimi, for your reflection. And yeah, based off the song and also just understanding true mother's heart and what she's expressing, especially maybe a little bit of sadness that she didn't get to spend so much time with father together in that relaxing way. And now, brothers and sisters, we like to go into our breakout rooms to be able to share our own insights and takeaways. And it was posted in the chat. There's a link where you can find a Google document, shared document, so that you can always refer back to the reading that Pastor Naokimi read. And so if you're able to join a breakout room, please click join. And if you're unable to at this time, please take some time to reflect and write your reflections down. So let us go into our breakouts. And welcome back, brothers and sisters. Hope you had a wonderful time sharing your insights and takeaways with one another. As I call on people to share, please feel free to type into the chat any of your key takeaways as well. And to share first with everyone, I'd like to invite up Reverend Carroll Pobans. So Reverend Carroll, if you can please unmute and share.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Yeah, for me this morning, the line that stood out for me was the sun represents splendor and the moon tranquility. When people are far from their homes, they look to the moon, not the sun. And I think that whole feeling of reflection is something that I'm personally going through recently, and especially with the selling of Barrytown. I mean, Barrytown was really like a womb for many of us. For me personally, I was there for many, many years as a seminarian, but also as I lived there, worked on staff and everything like that. So it was like a womb for me. But like the situation of a child leaving the womb, we have to leave some things behind. Our memory of it is very, warm. But we're moving on to another stage now. Anyway, that's sort of what I've been reflecting on recently. It's that we're moving on. That's all. We're moving on to another stage and another understanding. And it was splendid. That time was splendid. But that's it. That's it for me. Thank you. God bless everybody.
Thank you, Reverend Carroll, for that wonderful sharing. And yes, we are in a time of reflection and transition. And to share next, I'd like to invite up Mr. Sunny Evok. So Mr. Evok, if you can please unmute and share.
Thank you, Dr. Yesu. And good morning, everyone. I was in the breakout room with, Yesu and Provence, Reverend Provence, and one of the Japanese sister. Yasutaka. And I was sharing that based on what Reverend Noikimi read, and based on what we've been listening to every single morning from True Mothers Anthology or Memo. All of this boils down to one thing, and that one thing is to witness, to testify, and to testify. There's no two ways about it, but to witness, whether we like it or not. True Mother is bringing out so many words, so many situations and environment to put together to encourage us to witness, to testify about the living Messiah. People know about Jesus Christ, the only begotten Son. They know about our true Father, the second Adam, or maybe the third Adam. How about the third Eve, the only begotten daughter? Not a lot of people knows about it. So this morning, True Mother again emphasized on the point, on the idea of the moon, the sun and the moon. The sun basically represents the Father, the masculine aspect of God, the brightness, and the heat that comes down to us. How about the moon? How does the moon, display his or her own, purpose? I remember when I was in Africa, we didn't even have electric at that time, but now electric is everywhere, technology is everywhere. There was no electric at night, and we are waiting for the moon to come. Some of the African brothers might resonate with this. So when the moon comes, we want to go out, we want to dance, we want to play with our friends. We do seek and hide, and it's so cool because the day has been so hot, right? And then here comes the moon. We feel so comfortable. Sometimes we even take out our clothes and run around with friends and brothers and sisters. Does it mean that the moon the moon doesn't exist when there's a sun? Actually, there's a moon, but people don't recognize it. even here in the Western world, they don't recognize the value of the moon because of light everywhere. But the moon is there, right? So, and that is to say that there's true mother, there's only begotten daughter. And our goal is to let people know that there is this amazing lady called only begotten daughter of God. So that part really touched me when Dr. Nagimi read it. So I was sharing that with Yasu, and I also feel that maybe I should share with everyone else. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Evok, for that wonderful sharing. And really, yeah, even from your own experience to be able to share about the value of the moon and how it has impacted your life. And thank you so much, brothers and sisters, for taking this time to, really thinking about the mother's words and reflecting on them and sharing with each other. But of course, I would like to consistently remind you that we don't want to keep this to ourselves, especially in this just within this unification as faith community, but it's inspirations that's meant to be shared with all the people around this world. So please share with your friends, family, or your neighbors, or if you like to invite them to join this Chunshimon prayer vigil through the Zoom link, or even sharing the link, a live stream link on YouTube, then please feel free to do so. And you can find us at NJ Family Church on our YouTube account. And also, today, if you'd like to prepare a musical offering or a living testimony for Anshio, then please don't hesitate to contact either myself or Pastor Takino, and we will be putting our contact information into the chat right now. And lastly, today is Sunday, August 13th, and there is planned a farewell UTS service. It is the final day of BCSF, and it's going to be more of a regional service. So if you can please come out to UTS and join, the service will be held in the chapel of UTS building at starting at 11 a.m. So please come out and be able to immerse yourself in the beautiful nature of UTS. Or if you aren't able to, then there will be live streaming through Zoom. And so your local communities and pastors can connect through Zoom. And so please contact your pastors for that connection. And with that, brothers and sisters, now we just like to move over to our Chunshimon prayer. And to lead us off in a representative prayer, I'd like to invite up Assistant Pastor of the New Jersey Family Church, Pastor Takino, connecting us from New Jersey, Chunshimon.
Good morning, brother and sister. Okay, it's getting beautiful day today. It was rain last night. Okay, so today from Chunshimon, New Jersey prayer room, I like to invite Mr. Shimobayashi, the present in prayer.
Let's pray. Today we are so lucky. We know the second coming already, and we know that true parents. This time very important time. Heavenly parents want on us heaven on us. Sometimes difficult because Satan is there. But we know that true parents, we know that divine principle, Father's word, Mother's word. Also, so many brothers and sisters together to build heaven on earth. True mother, true father wants unite Korea, one country. So many brothers and sisters want to this way, but people are suffering war or hunger this time. So we need together prayer, and we have to change to more heavenly way. Thank you very much. I pray in the name of the Sovereign President of Aju.
Aju. Thank you, Mr. Shimawashi, for your representative prayer. But now, brothers and sisters, I'd like to invite everyone to please unmute yourself and let us all join in 3.5 minutes of unison prayer.
Most loving Heavenly
Yes,
Father,
Our Heavenly
Holy Mother,
Yes, in Clarence and
thank you very much
our
for
Heavenly
such
Parent
an
to Clarence.
opportunity to pray
That day in the morning,
in the
we are
office of
beginning
God.
Father, 今日も雪休みに来ますけれども、
あなたのフェイスを信じて
無事に
本当に
一番最後にしてますそのお父様が天井にあられてその後の呼んでる主とした娘として前に捧げられるこの最後のその時期を迎えている時のお母様の
only now that come out fully.
Not just our community, but
Getting
the
us
whole world to be able to connect to your heart, to burn the heart of
願いしてください主にすべてを犠牲やちょっとしたもしと来られた親たちになっちゃうたちが生まれてくるような迎えている中にあってした人たちが本当に安心して手が一つになって運び合える今日はこの国ができなければなりません。そうした神を中心としたお坊様を中心としたその国ができなければなりませんから。
both need to be able to really be truthfully honest and think about what is it that we have to see to bring up our own lives. When we are able to completely succeed and be victorious in the love that we have for one another, you are overjoyed in yourself. Understand and know.
I pray for our understanding of what's happening with Gowas
to expand, share the blessing with so many other brothers and sisters.
Gowas and all the
moving in this direction.
work with Stone Harbors and being able to
私たちの本然の誰なんだということをこの人ができるように
紅茶
Bring it on.
so that we'll be able to make that offering for this victory that you have been able to do without you. You couldn't have been able to come together without you. So please everything in your heart.
Writing it, Cheon, writing it down.
아주 아주 하늘 부모님 전진 잘합니다. And yes, thank you so much, brothers and sisters, for joining today and making this wonderful Chanshimon prayer vigil experience together. And I just want to share that today is day 7 of the Anshul cycle. So this is the day that God rested and was so happy and overjoyed with being able to see all of His creation. So when we're able to come together in our communities, at our local churches or at UTS, let's just have a wonderful time as brothers and sisters, as one big family. Have a wonderful day, everyone. God bless you. And yeah, happy Sunday. Bye-bye.
Bye. Happy Sunday.
Sunday, have a great day, guys.
Thank you, sister. Thank you very much.
Evok,
Have a
thank
good
you
day.
very much for that
See you.
colorful
Have a
description.
great
Sunday.
Sunday.
Very colorful
Dr.
description
Bibi.
about
How are you, sir?
in the
Happy
moon
Sunday.
at
Hi.
the
Brother
time.
Oh,
Sunny,
good.
good morning.
Good to see
Fascinating.
Great
you.
day,
The moon
Michael
is
and
still there.
Victoria.
Even though our perspective has changed,
Everyone.
Earth
Oh,
has rotated
Aloha.